you think history is already figured out, you're about to rethink everything. Because scattered across our planet, from the frozen edges of Siberia to the mountains of Peru, archaeologists keep uncovering objects that simply should not exist. Rocks carved with impossible geometry, metals mentioned only in ancient legends, iron tools forged thousands of years before ironworking was even invented, and stone structures that look less like ruins and more like technology. These discoveries don't just challenge the timeline of human civilization, they shatter it. So here are 5 real findings that scientists still can't fully explain. If you were walking along the quiet shoreline of West Virginia, you'd expect to find nothing more than rolling hills, scattered trees, and the calm surface of Jennings Randolph Lake. But then, out of nowhere, you see it. A massive stone slab rising out of the ground like the exposed spine of something ancient, covered not in cracks or erosion, but in perfect geometric patterns that look almost too precise to be natural. This is the Waffle Rock. And one glance is enough to make you question what you're really looking at. The stone is carved or shaped into repeating hexagons and diamond-shaped cells, each one so uniform, so sharply defined, that it feels less like a rock formation and more like a blueprint, a design, a message left behind by something that understood geometry far better than nature is supposed to. When the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers discovered this formation in the 1940s, their reaction wasn't casual curiosity. It was shock, confusion, and maybe even a little fear, because nothing else in the region looked like this. And when the valley was later flooded to create the lake, they did something extremely unusual. They carefully removed this massive slab and relocated it to safety, as if they knew this was no ordinary boulder that should be allowed to disappear underwater. Scientists tried to explain it. They talked about ancient sediment fractures. They proposed mineral crystals forming under extreme pressure. They pointed to natural processes that might, under the perfect combination of conditions, create a pattern like this. But none of their explanations account for the precision, the alignment, the way the geometric cells repeat across the stone with near-mechanical consistency, almost like someone designed a structural grid and stamped it into the rock millions of years ago. Then came the alternative theories, the ones whispered about more than published. Some believe the Waffle Rock is a fragment of an ancient wall, the remnant of a civilization wiped from history. Others claim it resembles the bottom of large industrial machinery, or even a technology we wouldn't recognize today. And a few go further, suggesting that the pattern hints at an intelligence, human or otherwise, that interacted with this stone long before the world looked anything like it does now. Whatever created the Waffle Rock left behind something that feels intentional, purposeful, and completely out of place. A formation too perfect to dismiss, too strange to categorize, and too important to ignore. Off the coast of Sicily, beneath the shifting currents of the Mediterranean, lies one of the most unexpected finds in recent archaeological history. Resting inside the hull of an ancient shipwreck were dozens of gleaming metal ingots, a strange alloy with a reddish-gold shimmer that instantly stirred memories of a long-forgotten legend. This was orichalcum, the mysterious metal described by Plato in his account of Atlantis. For centuries, scholars debated whether it was a poetic exaggeration, a symbolic material, or simply a myth woven into a larger story. But the ingots discovered near the ancient port city of Gela changed everything. Chemical analysis revealed an alloy rich in copper, zinc, and trace elements of nickel and lead, a composition far more advanced than typical Bronze Age metallurgy. The metal's color matched Plato's description so precisely that researchers were forced to reconsider whether the legend of orichalcum had been grounded in real technology, rather than imagination. What makes the discovery even more intriguing is the scale. The ship carried nearly 40 ingots, suggesting that orichalcum wasn't a rare artifact or ceremonial material. It was being transported in bulk, traded, valued, produced with deliberate intent. Someone was manufacturing this metal with a level of skill that exceeded what most ancient cultures were believed capable of. Historians speculate that the ingots may have been destined for elite workshops, temples, or royal structures. Others wonder whether they hint at an advanced metallurgical tradition that flourished in the Mediterranean, and then vanished without leaving written records. And then there is the unavoidable connection to Atlantis, a civilization said to have been adorned in this metal, its walls and pillars reflecting a brilliant metallic glow. While the shipwreck does not prove the existence of Atlantis, the Orichalcum Ingots reveal that a metal once thought to be purely mythical was very much real, and its production was far more sophisticated than expected for its time. In the frozen expanse of Siberia, where entire civilizations have vanished beneath layers of permafrost, archaeologists uncovered an artifact that challenges one of the most fundamental assumptions in human history. Hidden inside an ancient burial mound was a tiara, delicate in shape, elegant in its curvature, yet made from a material that should not have existed in that era at all. This tiara, dating back over 4,000 years, was crafted from iron. Not meteoric iron, not accidental iron, but smelted, shaped, and worked iron, centuries before any known culture had developed the ability to extract metal from ore. According to everything historians understand about metallurgy, the people of that time should have been working with stone, bone, copper, and simple bronze. The skill of iron smelting, requiring controlled furnaces, high temperatures, and advanced knowledge, would not appear in mainstream civilizations until nearly 1,000 years later. Yet here, in one of the harshest and most remote regions on Earth, stood a piece of craftsmanship that suggested a mastery of technology far ahead of its age. The tiara's construction is even more perplexing. Its iron surface shows signs of deliberate shaping, bending, and reinforcement, as if the maker understood not only how to produce iron, but how to engineer it for both beauty and durability. The design implies ceremony or status, perhaps belonging to a leader, a shaman, or a figure whose identity has long since been lost to time. And its style does not match the metalworking traditions of any neighboring region. Scientists attempted to trace its origin through analysis of iron composition, but the results only deepen the mystery. The alloy did not match meteoritic sources, eliminating the possibility that the tiara was carved from a fallen meteor, the usual explanation for early iron artifacts. Instead, the signature pointed to processed ore, something that should have been technologically impossible at the time. This discovery forces archaeologists to confront a possibility often avoided in historical narratives, that isolated groups may have achieved advanced breakthroughs long before major civilizations did, only for that knowledge to disappear with them. High in the Andean highlands of Peru, scattered across windswept plateaus and carved into the bedrock itself, lie a series of stone structures that defy conventional explanation. At first, they appear to be simple terraces or geometric shapes etched into the earth. But when archaeologists mapped the formations from above, a startling pattern emerged. The stones were arranged with the precision of a giant electrical circuit, as if the landscape itself had been engineered to channel energy. These formations, often referred to as Peru's ancient earth batteries, consist of stone blocks cut into grooves, steps, depressions, and interlocking channels that look less like ceremonial platforms and more like components of a massive system. Capacitors, connectors, insulators, elements that mirror the architecture of electrical devices thousands of years before electricity was supposedly understood. The most mysterious examples are found near ancient sites like Sacsayhuaman and Kenko, where carved stones contain complex recesses shaped in ways that seem intentionally designed to guide the flow of water, minerals, or even electromagnetic forces. The angles are clean, the patterns are repetitive, and the precision suggests a purpose far more advanced than simple ritual or aesthetic design. Some researchers believe these structures functioned as hydraulic energy systems, using the movement of water to generate a form of power lost to history. Others propose that the stones served as resonant instruments, amplifying natural earth currents that pulse beneath the Andes, a concept that draws comparisons to ancient energy grids found in other civilizations. Local legends speak of a time when the stones sang with power, when ancient builders harnessed forces drawn straight from the earth. These tales were often dismissed as myth, until the carved formations revealed patterns too deliberate to ignore. In the icy reaches of Greenland, where the land is shaped by glaciers and silence, archaeologists uncovered a set of tools unlike anything expected from the ancient cultures that once lived there. Buried beneath layers of tundra and time were small, perfectly crafted axes, objects so refined in their construction that they immediately stood out from other Arctic artifacts. But their true significance emerged only after deeper analysis revealed an astonishing detail. These axes were forged from meteoritic iron, long before ironworking was believed to exist in the region. Known as the Greenland dwarf axes, these tools were created by pre-Inuit cultures who, according to traditional timelines, should not have had access to metalworking technology at all. Yet each axe shows deliberate shaping, careful sharpening, and the unmistakable signature of craftsmanship guided by purpose and understanding. The iron within them contains a high concentration of nickel, a composition that identifies its origin as extraterrestrial, carried to Earth by ancient meteorites that crashed into the Arctic long before humans settled there. What makes the discovery remarkable is not simply that meteorite fragments were used. Many ancient cultures occasionally worked with fallen iron. But the Greenland axes were not mere shards hammered into shape. They were engineered tools, formed through a process that required knowledge of how to cut, flake, and harden a metal far tougher than anything available from the Earth. Producing even a small blade from meteoritic iron is difficult, demanding precision that surpasses typical stone tool methods. The presence of these axes suggests a level of ingenuity within early Arctic communities that has long gone unrecognized. They point toward trade networks, shared knowledge, or isolated bursts of innovation that allowed these cultures to transform fragments of fallen stars into functional weapons and tools.